Jessa Duggar has been very open about her recent move and the upgrades that went into it over the past few years. However, admirers aren't unanimous in their approval of her most recent makeover. They're perplexed by the muted color scheme and the wall decor. A snapshot of Jessa's bedroom that she posted to Instagram set the ball rolling. During the day, she really posted a photo of her son Henry, who was still wearing his spectacles, sleeping soundly in her bed. People also had a lot to say about her decor, which the photo happened to showcase. Although some readers praised Henry's cuteness, many kids actually do play until they're exhausted without removing their spectacles. Others were eager to draw attention to a possible safety concern: the large shelf that hung over the bed. "That shelf full of stuff above the bed still freaks me out," one commenter shared. "Will that be alright with Ben? Do you not experience earthquakes in your area?" asked another commenter. "Bedspreads with adorable decorations would never work in this room. Just saying that glasses will break if worn to sleep," someone else said in reference to Henry's spectacles. "Plus, you probably shouldn't wear it to bed." Critics on Reddit continued their attacks on Jessa, directing their criticism squarely at her bland color choice and furniture. "If I were to live in a room with these colors, I'd make sure there was a bright wall and a more vibrant quilt to cover my bed," as one commenter put it. And what's the deal with the headboard? On its own, the wall photo of Ben and Jessa kissing attracted a lot of curious glances. "Does anyone else have a huge picture of themselves and their husband kissing on the wall?" said one responder. "I am well aware that I am not." Thankfully, not everyone had anything negative to say about Jessa's bedroom. Several Redditors have pointed out that the author's usage of muted hues in her home design could be an emotional reaction to her hectic upbringing with 18 siblings. No doubt Jessa Duggar Seewald was unprepared for the avalanche of criticism that her warm Instagram photo of her master bedroom last week elicited. Unfortunately, we are talking about the Duggar family on the internet. Her bedroom's subdued tones, exposed walls, and bunkhouse minimalism were the targets of harsh criticism in the short amount of time it took for her seemingly innocuous home decor photo to go viral. Has this statement gone viral? Jessa's bedroom is just as gloomy as her marriage. Oh no. Discussions on throw pillows and wall art have sparked hundreds of likes and reposts on TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram threads. However, the comment has also sparked discussions about Jessa's life, choices, and whether or not she is actually happy behind her public persona. The original post that started it all. This particular photo captures Jessa's master bedroom. It features a spacious white bed, a gray duvet, simple walls, a little wooden dresser, and most strikingly, the complete absence of artwork, color, and any personal touches. "Simple, peaceful, no clutter," Jessa captioned the photo. "Amidst the mayhem of motherhood, I like this peaceful haven." Although deliberate, some may have felt emotionally detached from the austere sensations, especially when compared to the optimistic tone of the caption. One commenter mentioned that the situation is reminiscent of a quarantine cabin after a breakup, implying that it is not calm. "People aren't concerned about material possessions," according to another. "Having any kind of happiness is what it's all about." Marriage on the rocks? Even the interior design was not spared from the criticism. They swiftly shifted gears to address the long-standing topic of fan intrigue and subtle worry: Jessa's marriage to Ben Seewald. A reticent figure in the Duggar broader realm, Ben has taken a lot of heat for appearing emotionally distant. Ben appears to be, well, non-existent, in contrast to other Duggar spouses like Jeremy Vuolo or Dillard, who have boldly spoken out against family strife or personal development. An anonymous critic posted on the Duggar subreddit, saying, "That room screams, we haven't talked about anything meaningful in months." Some have seen the cold, clinical atmosphere as a reflection of a marriage that has, in the eyes of the critics, lost its luster. Naturally, Jessa's legion of admirers clapped back, expressing their agreement that minimalist design is valid and that onlookers should not pass judgment on a couple's marital status based on their bedding choices. However, it appears that the controversy will not be going away anytime soon. Jessa, the sister of the Duggars who remained silent. After counting on, most of the Duggar girls went their own ways. Jill Duggar Dillard was one of them. She published a memoir, blew the whistle and cut ties with the family business. After leaving her IBLP background behind, Jinger Duggar Vuolo settled in Los Angeles and kept up a stylish online persona while deconstructing it. Johannah and Abby are gradually modernizing their lives by adopting more moderate forms of fundamentalism. Next, we have Jessa. Jessa has gone from being one of the most popular and vocal Duggar children to one of the most reserved and faithful. She speaks about her parents with the utmost respect even now. In matters of faith and politics, she stays out of the spotlight. In addition, parenthood, home hacks, and subtle criticisms of cluttered lifestyle choices are common themes in her writing. Some see her as balancing on the edge of current maternal aesthetics and staying true to her heritage. Jessa is merely acting out contentment, according to her detractors. Jessa looks tired, remarked one audience member. Spiritually and emotionally, for example. The home is merely a mirror. Simplicity, trauma, or simply taste. Having a palace fit for a Pinterest board isn't everyone's dream. Simplicity is a haven for some. Some people find that minimalism helps them cope with the stress and chaos of their upbringing, especially if it was like filming a reality show with 18 other siblings. When someone creates a sterile or empty space, it can be a trauma response, a desire to control the environment, reduce stimulation, and minimize risk. In response to the post by a therapist on TikTok. If so, Jessa's room could be a coping mechanism rather than a miserable place. However, for some, it remains a depressing story. Especially when set against the background of a contentious family history, a brother with a criminal record, and an authoritarian childhood. Reactions span the web. Duggar criticisms reach new depths. Those who have criticized the Duggar family and used to watch the show on the Reddit subreddit, known as r/Duggarsnark, have having a field day. An individual's life can be likened to Jessica's peaceful room, regulated, serene, devoid of happiness, and meticulously organized. All I see is a woman trying really hard to be okay, commenter number 2 added. To demonstrate how Jessa probably cries into her gray pillow at night, TikTokers have performed duets with fake voiceovers over the article. Some went so far as to replicate the furnishings using Sad Christian Wife Starter Pack, artificial intelligence mood boards, or The Sims. Regardless of your feelings about it, Jessa's bedroom has certainly become a focal point in the continuous reassessment of the Duggar universe. What happens next for Jessa? Jessa deserves respect for not removing the post or responding to the criticism. It's typical of her to remain silent unless she's defending her father or explaining a parenting decision that someone misinterpreted. Critics and fans alike are keeping an eye on the show. Reason being, the bedroom isn't the important part. The focus is on Jessa. When will she finally rebel, just like her sisters? When will she finally tell it like it is? Does she truly enjoy her life with her husband, who appears to be allergic to excitement, neutral vibes, and gray sheets? No one is aware. However, Jessa's quiet is becoming increasingly noticeable as additional Duggar daughters discover their voices and more secrets emerge from the Duggar closets. At the end of the day, is it just a room? Perhaps we're all making too many assumptions from a single bedroom image. On the other hand, perhaps the picture already tells us everything. The walls may be bare, the colors may be faded, and the comforter may as well have given up on 2018 when you look at it like this.